Bite. Ooh! What could that mean?
Oh, the noise grenade was probably to just
just to signal other people.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to. The horse is gonna follow each other. Don't you know how horses work?
Clearly not that guy.
I was waiting for the tongue to be bit. I'm a little disappointed there.
I don't understand how he still has a tongue.
Yeah, right. You think Levi would have thought of that? It's kind of funny just seeing them not move and the wind is blowing. Does he have super whisper abilities?
Yeah.
I thought that was weird for a second too. I kind of expected that. Yeah, maybe Tongue Guy is part Titan. How else would his tongue keep coming back?
I know, right? He's been nothing pretty seriously before.
I kind of figured that was gonna happen too. Or at least something was gonna happen. That's kind of funny. You think she'd be pissed that she wasn't there to see it? Get control of your team, bro. Best friend!
He's fucking drooling.
Let me touch it. Totally a good use of your powers right there. Mutual nod crap. Well, no, with Aaron it makes sense. He could like accidentally bite his lip or something. Or his cheek.
Yeah. No, you won't.
I'm surprised they still are outrunning it.
Yeah.
What a thing to look up to.
Well, that explains those Cable and Spear pictures.
Like how just that last one was so delayed.
That wasn't the direction I thought that was going to go in.
Huh?
That was an unexpected direction for that.
Okay, I couldn't have predicted that. Well, maybe I could have with enough time, but I definitely didn't see that coming. But that's interesting.
Well, I was also biased by the previous like stuff I knew, like scenes that I knew were gonna happen. Exactly. I was expecting this to be another scene involving Letty to happen now.
Clearly, all the conspiracy stuff with Hawkeye was about this chick, at least so far. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more. This episode is so iffy for me in terms of whether or not I like it, because I liked seeing that flashback side story extra.
Yes, that was helpful.
That was nice. I really like that. But just everything else before and after it was like, come on, I want something to happen. But I guess the ending could be satisfying enough for that, because you need build up for that. So I wonder if what they're gonna do with her now. I was so like thinking that she was gonna just break out somehow, but I guess because the music, just the way that they played it, made me feel like something's gotta happen. But then Levi's like, all right, we got her. People died for it. Hope you're happy, Hawkeye. And Hawkeye's like, I'm pretty satisfied. Chick Titan's looking a bit worried though.
Yeah. A somewhat concerned seeming face, in as much as it shows emotion so far.
Where's Titan Chick, speaking of? She didn't go out with him, did she? You think she'd want to be there for this?
Yeah. I'm sure she's around.
I love her every time she's on screen. We need to give Potato Girl some potatoes, because I miss that quality about Potato Girl. Potato Girl is all like scared and sad, and reality has set in for her. Yeah, God, the hand for the spoon thing was really funny though, because it's just like, I was thinking, I wanted to comment on this earlier, but we have to read subtitles at the same time, so I didn't want to, because this thought would take a while, so I saved it for now. But it's just like imagining Superman picking up a couch and like vacuuming or something, just something so pointless use of his abilities for such a menial task that it's hilarious to me. And it was so like held gently in the hand too. I am curious why I didn't do anything to the spoon though. But I guess it's just because he has the intention of keeping the spoon as the spoon and not injuring the spoon or damaging it. I'm tempted to say that that's... I mean, because I'm trying to think back now. Did the second time he transformed for the blocking the cannon, when Armin and Mikasa were under it, like it protected everything that was under it too, like the flowers, there was plants and stuff. So we know that the bodies of Titans, their temperatures are weird. And
typically
so it didn't do anything to not Eren, Armin and Mikasa. So I'm tempted to say that along with the purpose of whatever the body is for, it goes along with the job that it's supposed to do, if that makes sense. I'm wording this terribly. But the reason that it also, because he blocked the cannon not only to just block the cannon, but to also protect them. So the body that he made was made in such a way that it wouldn't injure them, but in theory could injure other people who went up against it, because in his mind it wasn't to protect anyone else but them in that area. So that's why I'm going with the spoon thing, that the spoon wasn't damaged because its intention was not only to pick up the spoon, but to have the spoon as a spoon. So,
well, that's the point, is pick up the spoon. That implies don't fucking damage the spoon.
No, I know, but I mean, I feel like those are two different things, because you can still pick up the spoon, but then destroy it. But I mean,
to me, that's not the word "pick up" in this context. That's,
whatever.
But whatever. I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, that's what I'm going on now, and that's why it burned Titan Chick, because it wasn't intended to do anything other than like pick up and.
I mean, otherwise it's a normal Titan body.
Yeah. So.
Or fragment thereof.
That's what I got from that.
The first thing that seemed odd to me about that transformation is, I mean, I immediately guessed, okay, that thing's fucking picking up the spoon. But I didn't think, because I mean, that's the only way it makes sense, because we already know he seems to want, or need, both the physical injury combined with motivation, goal, whatever thing. So I pretty much at that point knew, like the moment he was all like, reaching for spoon, yeah, you're gonna.
It was
I wasn't like I didn't expect him to transform necessarily, but as soon as that like little flash of the whatever that they did was
gonna happen.
Yeah. And I knew that it was to pick up the spoon, but like I was expecting, all right, why didn't it break any of the ground around it? Because to scoop up the spoon with its gigantic fingers, it would have to like dent the soil at least a bit, but. Given that apparently these things are freaking magic, and they can like change their properties according to, maybe that's kind of believable actually, is my point. To me that was like, I don't know, a good 60 to 80% of what made this episode good was that side flashback thing.
Yeah, that and then the end.
Because it's like development of the characters that are part of the little team that handles, of the Eren handlers.
And plus you get the confirmation of it is motivation plus the pain. But after she did confirm that, it kind of bothered me, because it's like, isn't it motivation enough to want to turn into a Titan? Can't he be motivated to turn into a Titan for the sake of turning into a Titan? So why wouldn't have worked in the well? Like, does he need a different motivation? Because it's the motivation of, I want to turn into a Titan to learn how to control my Titan powers. I mean, that's still a motivation. So that bothers me a little bit.
Can't compute.
Yeah.
I need a task. No, I mean really, like that makes sense. If it has an actual explicit task that it can do.
I guess it's kind of like a robot. You can't just build a robot for the sake of it being a robot. It has to do something as being a robot. I guess I can accept that, but...
I don't think you look at the computer and you're like, run a command, and it's like, what do you want me to do? And you're like, I don't know, something. Execute things.
Run a command for the sake of running a command.
I will say, this gets back to the whole flash of lightning thing. I was going to actually put this in a comment, but now since it came up again. When he transformed, yeah, there's a little electric, little bolts, I guess, of electricity that were shown on screen this time. Maybe we're just using the word lightning differently, because when I say lightning, I mean explicitly the technical thing that lightning is, namely when there was a bolt of electricity from the sky down to ground
That's what
or
I was
something.
thinking of when it was lightning.
If you're talking just like general, there's bolts of electricity going on, like there's discharges and stuff like that in the air, then I'm totally down with saying that happens every time. One other thought I had, whether or not it's lightning or like flash of light, I'm not decided about that, because I mean, yeah, you could say it just doesn't always get shown, and I'd be okay with believing that. Maybe that's a possibility. But the other thing is, given that the Titan body has to appear and it therefore displaces air, it effectively would have the same, pretty much just a thing appearing in mid-space, in the middle of an atmosphere of air, would create the same kind of air expanding shockwave that lightning causes, which causes the thunder crack. So either way, that could explain any lightning-like sound besides electric discharge going on.
What I was thinking though, when that spark went off, wasn't really a spark. It was more like just a visual.
Yeah, well, and that's what the commenter was suggesting. Like, or that there might be.
I feel this twinge in myself, and that's what that's part. I mean, aside from all the other lightning stuff, just that particular moment.
No, I hear you. I mean, I agree.
What I thought that was. Because I mean, I've seen shows depicted things like that. Yeah. So I'm used to seeing that.
No, I agree. And I think that's the God, I'm forgetting the commenter username, but the one that's been bringing up the lightning.
Hidden windshield.
Hidden windshield, yes. I think that's one of the things they said several times now, is that for all they know, maybe that's just there to like indicate that it's happening. Yeah. And actually, now that I think about it, especially given what else I know about Aaron in the future that comes up, it would make sense that... No, you're fine. It would make even more sense retrospectively as to why there might have been a lightning indicator thingy for the appearance of the Colossal Titan when he appeared behind him. Because it could be completely from Aaron's perspective, and that might still make sense. Yeah. That he would be aware of the... Maybe.
That head nod thing just annoys me. I hate when I see that head nod, the mutual head nod of just understanding. It's just like, I don't know what it is about that, but I see it so often.
Because it's so artificial. Like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I've interacted with, you know, acquaintances or people I know very well, that where there's like, hey, situation happened and now there's mutual understanding. We don't just all like go...
I mean, I don't even... Because I don't even think it's a cultural thing either.
Yeah, it's not.
Because I've seen, like, Japanese people interact with each other and they don't do that. And I don't know anyone who does that. I've only just seen it in TV shows.
Exactly. Like, usually if you're going to exchange, like, a mutual, like, oh yeah, now we're doing... It's like a look.
Yeah, a glance.
It's not... It's much quicker than that. It's way less...
Maybe they want to just make it
I think, clear. That's what it is. I mean, it's just a convenience shortcut for them to do.
Yeah, so I wasn't really happy about that. And then it's because it's like they all had this understanding, and then all of a sudden they knew to bite their hands, and it's just whatever nitpicky stuff. But
also the way they depict that makes me think they actually sat around and decided in advance, okay, when this happens, we're all going to bite our hand.
When we accept him, we will show it off by each.
Like if we at some point, because that's the only way, the way they depict that makes sense to me. Now, if it went down as they look around and then one of them does it and the other one see it and then they follow, that would make sense. Yes, that would make
I've seen both done, like both styles done, and I have to say the latter is so much better. Well, it makes so much more sense.
It's not that it necessarily makes so much sense, it's just that the meaning that's implied is completely different at that point.
That's true,
yeah,
too. I feel like it's...
Like the latter is actually, okay, they just improv, this happened. Yeah. The former is, this was freaking pre-planned.
We prepared to accept you in advance.
So if they meant to go for the spontaneous thing, which I think they did, then
it didn't
done fucked up. But otherwise...
It was funny. Sure, Aaron, how do you do that all the time? And I don't know. I feel like it fits Aaron that he's able to just bite and injure himself. I can't explain it. I mean, I'm sure if whoever's watching this has seen up to this episode would probably understand, but I mean, it's Aaron. How can he not be able to do that? I don't know.
It's what he do.
It's what he do.
I mean, he's got that kind of determination.
Yeah.
So thought, the general, like, that whole interaction of Levy with Aaron and Aaron being all like, "Yo, we can save them," and well, obviously, I definitely empathize with Aaron there. Cause
yeah,
it's like
that part was a little hard to watch.
But at the same time, obviously, Levy had greater strategic value there because he presumably knew of the trap being already set.
Yeah.
However, I would point out that this is the kind of shit where I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, you can take this crap on faith or whatever in your commanding officer, but there's really no reason why he couldn't have been by the way, there's a trap up ahead, that's why we're doing this.
I understand him not saying at the moment. I don't understand why he couldn't have explained it beforehand, because they clearly knew that she was intelligent. So you can't talk about the plan while she's there because she might hear you.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know why. If you want to go that route, why wouldn't they have told him beforehand? Because it's not like he would have done anything to jeopardize the mission.
Perhaps.
But I guess that they know of.
I mean, that makes
you could say that they didn't trust him enough, I guess, yet.
It's not necessarily him. I mean, the other ones didn't necessarily know either.
No, I know. It was only Levi, and then
Levi.
But he already trusted them. That was the difference. Maybe this was a test of trust to see if that he could enter their circle.
I don't think it was a test of anything. I think it was just typical.
I don't know.
Not tell people anything because that's how people do.
Yeah.
I was gonna say on the one hand, like initially you were like, if in case the Titan overheard, I was like, well, that's not realistic. But then I was like, wait, these people like whisper to each other while galloping and being chased by a thudding Titan, and they hear each other. These people yell off of 10-story walls across like a city worth of distance, and they hear each other. So clearly, sound does not work in this universe the way you expect. So yeah, the Titan could have easily overheard him if he said it then.
What was the point of the thing then? Because then all you had to do was be like, hey guys, can you get this chick for us? And then miles away, she'd be like, yo, we gotta go. All right, I heard that.
Oh, you mean what was the point of the signal?
Yeah.
No, because you have to have like, I don't know. There's you have to advance the ranks for your voice to carry like that, though, as we've clearly established.
Except for Levi, he's an exception.
Levi's like a commander or captain. He's up in the ranks. He doesn't have the eye sockets, but he's up in the ranks.
He's got special eyes, though. I think he's just a little special snowflake there. Because he's got the quiet voice and different eyes.
He does do it differently, right? Because he doesn't yell and it carries. He whispers and it carries.
That's what I'm saying. That's all he had to do is whisper. And he'd have, like, armies of people coming for her.
But I really I respected that Levi's response to Aaron wanting to, fight off the Titan was basically, well, all right. I mean, you go make your decision. I get it. Like, you do your thing, and we'll work around it. It obviously, like, at least partially was a way of convincing him, or at least it very well could have been. But at the same time, it's also like, yeah, this is somebody that I can respect as a human being. Except, I suspect the female Titan. All spoilers ignored, I would actually be fairly hopeful right now that the female Titan is captured. Because that looked like fairly thorough capturing. But then again, at the same time, I've seen these shows do stuff where it's like, haha, yeah, you'd think, right? But no. As soon as you think something's going well for you, shit just doesn't.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there.
Alright, so hope you enjoyed this episode. And we will see you guys next time.